Trump issues warning after Colorado nightclub raid. Guys, it's absolutely interesting. Like, I've never seen a president act like this, guys. I'm just gonna be completely honest here. I've never seen a president actually do what they say. You understand what I'm sure you understand what I mean when I say this, specifically if you are an American. Like, guys, they campaign on a whole lot of things that generally, they go nowhere. They say things exclusively for the vote. But bro, Trump stepped into office his first 100 days and said, you know what, we're done with this, right? We're done with all of it, guys. 100 illegal immigrants caught in that raid, bro, along with active duty military members, guys. Listen, but obviously knowing Colorado, they're just going to release him out onto the streets again, knowing Colorado at least. $1 bails and things like that, guys. But either way, let's go ahead and jump to this video immediately. Let's see what he says.
Local and federal authorities team up to make hundreds of migrant arrests in Florida. Operation Tidal Wave leading to the capture of nearly 800 illegal migrants in the span of just 4 days. Florida law enforcement working hand in hand with ICE to get the job done. And Governor Ron DeSantis praising the joint endeavor on X, saying,
Florida is leading the nation in active cooperation with the Trump administration for immigration enforcement and deportation operations. I think so. Personally, I think Florida is definitely the one that is not trying to put any roadblocks up here. Definitely different from other states.
Florida is leading the nation in active cooperation with the Trump administration for immigration enforcement and deportation operations.
We're not going to get too far.
This is something else, and this video goes on and on. This is 3 a.m. Sunday morning.
An illegal
Colorado
nightclub,
Springs.
guys.
In the end, there are about 300.
How did they all know where the nightclub was? Is it like a text group or something? Yes. Like one of those pop-up shops, like a pop-up nightclub? But for some reason, like half of the people in there were illegal? Guys, how did that happen?
People inside, about 100 said to be illegal, arrested over the weekend. Massive multi-agency raid at this underground nightclub. Rob Murphy is the principal deputy administrator of the DEA, which led the operation. And Rob, good morning to you. Nothing good happens at 3 a.m. I want to read you
Not
the
at all.
president's post on X, and I want you to tell us everything we need to know. Here we go. Big raid last night. Some of the worst people illegally in our country, drug dealers, murderers, other violent criminals of all shapes and sizes. And judges don't want to send them back to where they came from. If we don't win this battle at the Supreme Court, our country as we know it is finished. It will be a crime-ridden mess. Make America great again, end quote. Rob, take me to Colorado Springs.
They're going to get dollar bills, guys.
What happened? Why the raid? How was it carried out? What was the net result?
Good morning, Bill, and thank you. Yes, 3 o'clock Sunday morning, this club was well known to law enforcement. We had numerous complaints over the last 2 years, violence, everything, drug trafficking. We knew what was going on there, and we expected to find mostly illegal aliens inside the club. So there was a planned investigation for over a month. DEA did surveillance, controlled buys, everything else to develop what we needed. We knew that there was going to be armed personnel inside, security personnel who were actually active duty military.
Wow.
So in the planning of this, we have a pretty dangerous operation. We expected anywhere from 200 to 300 people in that club. There was over 200. We showed up pretty strong. All of our law enforcement.
Hey, bro, what are you wearing? What was that? Guys, hold on.
People in that club, there was over 200. We showed up pretty strong.
That's an interesting outfit, my boy. That is a very interesting outfit.
All of our law enforcement partners, DEA, every federal agency,
Do your thing.
a lot of state and locals,
right?
And we made sure that we were able to contain safely everybody in there. You know, not everybody was in there doing illegal things, but the majority were. It resulted in about
Postmaster was
115
there.
illegal aliens that we've identified so far.
115.
And there were 17 active duty military, some of which were working at the club as armed security.
Okay.
Rob, this could have gone sideways. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, dark of night.
I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm not sure how sideways it would have truthfully went. I mean, the military guys, like once they realized they got caught, they knew they got caught. If that makes any sense here, I can only imagine that if you do all of what is actually required to be able to get into the military, I'm not sure that you're just gonna go immediately and commit what feels to be most likely treason, fighting against your own guys. You get what I mean here, guys? Hopefully you understand that. I'm not sure that there would have been much like issues specifically with them. I'm almost positive as soon as they walked in, they realized that they all got caught and they got on the ground. I'm almost positive. I mean, but all right.
Your men and women show up armed, and you don't know what's inside. How many members of TDA were arrested or other gang members that were illegal?
We're still working on the exact numbers. I know we've identified at least one Sinaloa cartel member. There were definitely MS-13 and TDA members. We're still working on the exact numbers. You're absolutely right, though, Bill. This was a potentially very dangerous operation. When we went in, somebody unknown to us sprayed bear spray, trying to prevent or hinder us from doing our operation. As you can see in the video, people ran in every direction. Especially the people that are in there illegally had nothing to lose. They were going to try to do everything they can to get out of there. We knew that there was armed, active duty military in there providing security. That gave a level of caution, and that's why we showed up with the president. We had over 300 law enforcement personnel, all working towards making this community safe. And I from a operational, tactical operational standpoint,
Postal
could
Service
not have gone any better.
Wow, how'd you keep it quiet?
So many odd
sometimes the word
agencies, guys.
Let me read what Derek Maltz said, acting DEA administrator. He said, Colorado's ground zero, some of the most violent criminals in America. The command and control for TDA and the entire United States of America is right here in Colorado. Why That's Colorado? Wild, how do you answer that?
Their governor is completely fine with it.
I don't know. I can't answer that. I mean, listen, they're all over the country, and it's ground zero where you live if you've got them there. So our job in law enforcement, we've been tasked of getting these people out of the country. We have enough homegrown criminals. We don't need to import any. And
I've said this so many times. You guys have yelled at me in the comments for saying something similar to that. Like, guys, we have our own drama, bro. Like, we don't need to import specifically like a new breed of drama that the American population is just not specifically accustomed to encountering, okay? Because they're just going to steamroll over, small cities specifically, right? That are just not used to dealing with a different type of overall criminality, if that makes any sense here.
And we, since January 20th, law enforcement is working day in and day out to get especially the illegal criminal out of the country. Makes it easier for us, thin the herd, and we can get back to doing, making the community safer and working about the ones that are here legally.
Seems to me that the Douglas County Sheriff, Darren Weekly, cooperated in a significant way.
He did, and he was.
Is that right?
He did, and he was very vocal about it. Yeah, he did, and he was very vocal about it.
Sir, thanks for coming on. Rob Murphy, I guess there's more to come.
Yeah, guys. Yeah, I definitely think that a good amount of things are to come. Absolutely, without a doubt here. We're going to be finding out a whole lot of brand new information. I am not truthfully, unless you get the illegal immigrants out of the state of Colorado, guys, right? I don't know how far that's going to go, because I personally think that Colorado is just going to deliver some type of $1 bail or some nonsense, and then just release these individuals back into the population. I think that's going to be the reality of the situation. You know that they're illegal. Why are you, shielding them, let's say, guys, right? But all right, listen, guys, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. I'll catch you guys later.